What is up guys, Slump here, and today I'm bringing you yet another 2017 NFL season preview. Today we're going to take a look at the AFC North champions of last season, a team that is always likely to make the playoffs, and a team manned by Big Ben Roethlisberger. Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers kind of won the AFC North with ease last season. I mean, the only team contending was the Baltimore Ravens, and as we know, the Baltimore Ravens were the definition of mediocrity. With Big Ben contemplating retirement, my best bet is that this team is going to be more fired up, more ready to compete, and more ready to go after a Super Bowl. Now, my take on the Big Ben retirement talks is, listen, I knew he wasn't going to retire this year. I know he's not going to retire after next season. My bet is that he's going to retire in 2 years. After this season, he's going to play one more year and that's it. Now, you guys still have Landry Jones, who's not good. You also have Tennessee quarterback Joshua Dobbs on the team. Joshua Dobbs has potential, yes. I don't see him tapping that potential. If I were the Steelers in next year's draft, I'd draft yet another mid-round quarterback. Next year's draft is better for the quarterbacks. We're talking about Luke Falk, Washington State quarterback. We're also talking about Quinton Flowers, USF. And lastly, Baker Mayfield. One of those three guys should be the successor to Big Ben Roethlisberger. Big Ben is a top 10 quarterback every single year. And obviously, I'm not going to have him having a Peyton Manning-esque fall off. So yeah, I mean, elite quarterback obviously gives you brownie points for your season prediction, but it is what it is. I'm just going to say this here. The Pittsburgh Steelers are making the playoffs. No reason to prolong this video, honestly. Now, running backs, Olivia, James Conner, and Niles Davis. Niles Davis is a solid kick returner, punt returner, special teamer, whatever you guys want to call it. You guys also added James Conner through the draft, who's going to work phenomenal behind this offensive line. Me, for one, am salty that y'all let D'Angelo Williams go because he has done me solid in fantasy football. But Le'Veon Bell, the guy I always take first if I can. Le'Veon Bell is undoubtedly the #1 running back in the NFL. And a lot of Pittsburgh Steelers fans are kind of mad because he's holding out of camp. First of all, he's not getting hurt. Good. I'm fine with him missing camp. Ooh, he's not. No, he knows how to play. Shut up. And the fact that some ignorant fans don't want this man to secure the bag is kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. He'll be back in time for the regular season, and he'll ball out yet again. Now for the wide receivers, okay? The wide receiving core, best wide receivers in the NFL. However, the tight ends hold you guys back from taking the #1 receiving corps in the NFL. Antonio Brown, Martavis Bryant, Juju Smith-Schuster, Sammy Coles, Eli Rogers, Darius Hayward-Bay. 6 solid wide receivers. Now with Antonio Brown, top 3 wide receiver, in a class with Odell, Julio, and himself. No other wide receiver can get into that class. And he's obviously going to produce year in, year out. Martavis Bryant, the guy who's going to take the league by storm this year. Now, in years past, this man could not stay off the weed. This year, however, his head's clear. He better stay on the field because I'm trying to draft him in fantasy. I know this man's going to ball out if he doesn't get suspended this year. Juju Smith-Schuster, your 2nd round pick. Now, with him, he's going to be solid in a couple years. Actually, 2 years. I'm going to give him 2 years before he emerges as a solid #2 wide receiver. If I were the Steelers, after this man Antonio Brown's contract's up, I'm letting him go. I'm not re-signing him to no fat deal. I'm letting him go. Because Juju Smith-Schuster and Martavis Bryant, that 1-2 pairing, will take the league by storm. And the rest of the guys you guys can just throw in for any other play and they're still going to dominate. All this whole wide receiving core is extremely athletic. They're all fast freak athletes. I really don't understand how teams stop this offense other than throwing 4 safeties out there on the field. Now for the tight ends, Jesse James is the one guy who came in after Ladarius Green missed basically all of last season due to concussion concerns. I mean, the Chargers knew this. This is why they didn't re-sign him. But you guys signed him anyways. And he's gone. Good. He does not deserve to be on the football field. He needs to worry about his brain right now. But for Jesse James, he's a weirdo, man. He's a weirdo. He goes off in some games, doesn't show up in others. He is the definition of somebody to avoid in fantasy football. However, he's somebody that Big Ben can rely on. So, I mean, I'll give him that. For the offensive line, top 5 offensive line in the NFL. Best run blocking offensive line in the NFL. Alejandro Villanueva, Ramon Foster, Marquise Pouncey, David DeCastro, and Marcus Gilbert. What more do I have to say? I named 5 players that everybody's familiar with. This offensive line is loaded from left tackle all the way to right tackle. These are the guys that are going to give Big Ben one more season. Now, a position I'm not very fond of, but you guys have Cam Hayward, the defensive line. Cam Hayward is the only elite guy on this defensive line. Let's be clear here. Javon Hargrave and Stephon Tuitt, they're good, they're not elite. Something I want to see the Pittsburgh Steelers do is draft an elite defensive lineman. I was hoping you guys would have taken someone like Jordan Willis in this year's draft. That didn't happen. But hey, it is what it is. Next year, you guys have another chance. Now let's talk about the linebackers real quick. Bud Dupree and Ryan Shazier. Two guys that stand out to everybody. They are the two most animated guys on the Steelers defense. And hopefully TJ Watt can come join them. We all know you guys run a 3-4 defensive scheme. That's why I'm not really against this TJ Watt draft pick, because honestly all the first round defensive end talents were already taken, and don't you dare tell me Taco Charlton's a first round defensive talent. We also got James Harrison, who's getting these young bucks in shape for when he has to leave, and Arthur Moats. So all in all, your linebacking core is shaping up to be a great one. But let's talk about the position group that was lacking in years past, the secondary. When we're talking about your safeties, the only solid safety that I actually like on the Steelers defense is Mike Mitchell. The rest of the guys, they're average or trash. It's that simple. However, with the cornerbacks you guys currently have, they're going to make them look better. Artie Burns was going to emerge as a top 15 cornerback this season. And yeah, I said it, top 15 cornerback. He's not going to be classified as an elite quarterback by all the people on Twitter because he's not going to come away with a ton of picks. But he is somebody who can shadow the opposing team's number one wideout. William Gay is a great slot corner. Cody Sensabaugh, who has been falling off recently but is looking to revitalize his career in Pittsburgh. You guys drafted Cam Sutton out of Tennessee, another Tennessee player you guys drafted, God. And he's going to be solid. I think he can play the nickel cornerback for you guys. And lastly, Ross Cockrell. Ross Cockrell is underrated, but he's not going to be elite. Now, all in all, guys, your defense is looking better. My prediction, honestly, for this Pittsburgh Steelers team is 11-5. However, it's not based on, the talent, okay? I don't know why I have to keep telling people that. It's based on how the regular season actually plays out. Should I go and dream about, the New England Patriots are a 16-0 team because of how talented they are? No! You gotta be realistic when predicting these records. An 11-5 record is my prediction for the Pittsburgh Steelers, whether you like it or not. We saw what happened against the new, Philadelphia Eagles. We saw what happened against the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all compete when y'all wanna compete. Y'all just give up when y'all wanna give up. That's not gonna fly. And with Big Ben announcing his retirement, basically, the Steelers have to get into that state of mind that it is go time. That when Big Ben is gone, we're most likely going to have a decline. We have 2 years to win another Super Bowl, and we have to go at it. But yeah, guys, all in all, 11-5 record. I have y'all as the second seed in the AFC, if I'm not mistaken. So you guys do get a bye week by my standards. But yeah, that has been my 2017 season preview for the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you enjoyed this video at all, make sure to leave a like, and most importantly, subscribe if you are new. Have a good one. Peace out.